Attacking on the KTMs of Perjuangan and Brad Binder as Miller now comes through into what I think is fifth place.
Marc Marquez will be a second clear very quickly. Fabio Quartararo gets on the inside of Pedro Acosta. Nice move that by the Yamaha rider coming through at the right hander of turn 13. Remind you, El Diablo Quartararo crashed on the sighting lap on the slick tyres on a very wet COTA surface. You have to say the track here does dry very quickly. The advantage is already a second. We're not even completed lap number one here in Austin, Texas, and Marc Marquez already producing a masterful performance here at the front. Miller goes aggressive on the inside of Frankie Morbidelli into turn 20. It's been some first lap missed by the Australian on the 43, but 1.1 seconds clear. Marc leads over Alex.
Maverick Vinales did get out of the pit lane to start this race, but he's some 10 seconds off the back of the field. Morbidelli trying to attack once again on Jack Miller, who's won that battle for now. Quartararo next along, second at the Yamahas. He runs 7th ahead of our first two KTMs. Binder and Acosta 8th and 9th.
Down through turn 2 on the factory Yamaha now. We'll weave and snake our way through this spectacular first sector. Such a physically demanding part of this 5.5 kilometre COTA circuit as you go left, right with Quartararo. There's Bagnaio's coming with a big early pressure here, isn't he, from the Gian Antonio. Bit of a gap then further back. Quartararo currently in 7th place, with a couple of KTMs to company behind him in the shape of Binder and Acosta.
We saw yesterday in the sprint, Bagnaia took 2 or 3 laps to really get up to speed after that initial great start. As we've got a KTM battle here. Acosta on Binder, don't run into the back of Quartararo. Pedro very nearly did as he now comes through. That's the battle for 8th place between the two KTMs as Marc Marquez continues to blaze a trail at the front. Alex Marquez matching him so far on this second lap, but Marc Marquez has got the jump he wanted.
Pedro Acosta, we know what a missile the KTM is in a straight line, but just how good in straight line braking is Fabio Quartararo. He talked about this yesterday, he's in a little bit hot. Pedro Acosta also in hot. That's all down to the slipstream getting sucked into that heavy braking. Look at that, they're scrubbing off pretty much 300 kilometres an hour in less than 8 seconds. One of the most harshest braking zones on the Grand Prix calendar as Morbidelli and Miller go toe to toe.
The big winner from that Quartararo Acosta incident down into 12 was Brad Binder, who have overtook the pair of them and is now pinned to 7th place. Aldeguer's also got involved in all of that. He's now through on Acosta, who was hoping to take 7th place. He's ended up coming out of all of that in 10th.
Marc in cruise control already at the front of this COTA Grand Prix. We'll check the gap between him and Alex as we start lap 3. Yet Marc at 2:03.399 is the fastest lap so far. He's 1.1 seconds clear of Alex in 2nd place. That was the gap at the end of lap 1, wasn't it, as well? And having lunged on the inside of Alex Marquez into turn 11 on lap 1, and I was nowhere near close enough to try and repeat that manoeuvre on lap 2. And in fact, he's dropped nearly half a second behind Alex as we start this 3rd lap of 19.
Yeah, the important thing for Bagnaia is just to try and stay as close to the 2 ahead of him, or perhaps more likely to Alex Marquez ahead of him, as he can in these early laps, because we've often seen once the race settles down 3 or 4 laps in, Bagnaia's got similar-ish pace to the Marquez brothers and can potentially have a go at catching the younger Marquez sibling for 2nd place. Bagnaia looks like he's settled down into a sensible sort of rhythm on this 3rd lap of 19. Reminder, 19 lap race distance now after that initial aborted start.
You can't give Marc Marquez daylight and clear track anywhere in the world, let alone at a track where he's pretty much made his second home as Aldeguer launches on the inside of Fabio Quartararo. That was an impressive move, wasn't it, by the rookie? He's got some confidence in the front end of that Ducati GP24, just easy.